Welcome to part 2 of ticket number 12340. In this, we're going to look at Nintendo Switch number 2 that we have been sent over to try and fix. If you haven't seen the first episode, I'll leave a card now in the top right hand corner of your screen. It'll probably be a link in the description as well. I won't spoil that video for you. But again, we don't really know the history of this device that the customer sent in. It's missing a charging port and it's missing M92 T36. Those are the two things that I can tell you straight off the bat. I'm yet to take a look at the board underneath the scope to see if we have any shorts or other missing components. So let's go and do that now. We'll start in the most obvious place, which is around M92 T36. We seem to have, I think, a couple of components missing around here. Potentially a resistor that goes next to this tiny resistor. And I don't know if there's meant to be a cap of some sort here as well. You can see that there's flux. Somebody has attempted to put solder on the ground plane of this M92. We also have a bridge on these caps up here. And looking at the rest of the board, we seem to be okay. Missing the charging port, obviously. And BQ seems to be in good condition as well. Whilst I'm around BQ, I will check for any shorts. Which, by the looks of it, we don't seem to have any. Which is good. Do we have continuity on the fuse just above the port? Yes, we do. Okay, it took a while, but we do. And then if we go up to M92 T36, do we have any shorts on any of these components here? Okay, that's okay. All right, so actually no shorts around M92 T36, which is so far so good. And just finally, we shouldn't have a short on this cap because if we did, it would show on M92 as well. But this cap here for Pi 3 is absolutely fine. Also, before I get a bit too excited, I'm just going to test the filters that we have to make sure that, again, they're okay. What we want to have is continuity straight through, but not continuity diagonally. That's fine. Okay, all good. My first area of concern is going to be around M92 T36. So let me get one of those chips and also have a look at a donor board to see what components that we need here. The board revision is HAC CPU 10, and everywhere else on the board looks to be okay. So it's just the areas that I've highlighted. I didn't check on the back around M92 actually, and just over on this area as well, just to double check. We look okay. So I'm pretty hopeful about this one, you know. Maybe that's my first mistake. Let's sort out M92 T36. This one here that I'm wiggling, which is on top, is a donor board. So you can see what needs to go where. We're missing a few things. That's fine. We can sort all of those out. Actually starting first off just by warming up the area and giving it a quick clean. Just to see exactly what I'm working with. What pads need sorting, etc. Okay, that's really good. Now I take my flux, tin up the areas. Alright, so we just finished the work around M92 and I think we're looking okay. I've cleared any bridges and stuff that we had on caps, etc. M92 has been replaced. As you can see, we don't have any bridges around M92. I'm just going to check for shorts now, just to triply confirm. So do we have any shorted caps? Doesn't look like it. Are they together still? No, they're not. That's good. They're not together. Are these two together? No, they're not. Are these two together? No, they're not. Fantastic. Doesn't look like we've got any shorts anywhere else. Perfect. Okay, so theoretically, now all I should have to do is put the charging port on, and then we're ready to give this a test and see exactly what happens. I'm probably going to clear out all the ground holes that we have here just to save any issues. I think that's probably best. We'll apply some flux first. I'm going to get rid of the solder that was here, and to do that, I'm just going to flood it with leaded to start with. Wick up what I can, and then if I need to come in with my solder sucker, I will. Good so far, though. Clean the tip. You should always clean your tip. Clean the board, isopropyl alcohol, and a cotton swab. I will go ahead and just use my solder sucker to clear out whatever else we have in the holes again, because this isn't my solder, so I don't know if it's going to be any good when we go to put a new port on. These two bottom ones are fine. It just seems to be the ones above it that have some solder in. It's not even that much looking at it, but again, just to make sure it's all clean. Wait for it to actually molten, which is going now. There we go, sweet. And again, a nice clean. Okay, ready for the new port. Come back in with our flux and adding leaded solder to the holes. Okay, uno final clean before we add some fresh flux to flow the port. I do like to tin the port on these as well, just to ensure that we have a solid connection underneath, because you can't see that second row of pads with the USB-C port on a Nintendo Switch. Very frustrating, but we have to deal with it. Get rid of any fibers that we might have. There we go. Add some flux back onto the scene. Put our nozzle out to ensure lower airflow and flow the port into place. Solder has now wet. It seems like there is something stopping the port from flowing down. It's not sat correctly. I don't know what that is. It seems to be coming from the back left leg. I'm going to try and hold down as best I can to make sure that we have a flat port. Just like that. There we go. Quick clean around the area. Not with isopropyl alcohol to start with, just with a cotton bud to get rid of any flux that's really hot. And now we can come in with the IPA. Just give it a little clean. Now that I've given it a clean up, let's check our pins to see if they are solid. We don't want any of these to move, okay? So as long as they are staying in their place, we have success. I'm putting a little bit of force on them. Let's see if they wiggle. Every single one, solid. Perfect. Now, we can actually see if this takes some sort of draw, or is it going to spontaneously combust? So, I have my ammeter here, plugged in with a official Nintendo Switch charger. I've got the actual switch here, and what we're looking for is 15 volts and some sort of amp draw, 100 milliamps and 15 volts. Good, okay. And it goes up to about 30 milliamps, which is usual behavior. Turn it around, make sure that we have charge in both sides. It recognizes something, 100 milliamps drops down. Do we get about 30 milliamps? We don't get 30 milliamps on that side, but that might be regular behavior. I'm not too sure. 15 volts, really, really good. So what I'll do is I'll put it back into the housing, and I'll just make sure that we get an image on the screen of the Nintendo Switch. If we do, that's an amazing result. Then we need to test docking, etc. as well. I've reassembled and I've put the backlight, the LCD connector and the battery in. I just want to see if we get anything on the actual screen, because the screen could be bust. Again, I have no idea on the condition of these Nintendo Switches. So we go ahead and put on our ammeter. Do we get anything on the screen? Healthy draw. Yes, we do. Perfect. Okay, so we get something on the screen. We know that the screen is good, and we seem to be drawing how much? 500 milliamps at the moment. That's really, really good. Hopefully that boots up to fast charging. I'm assuming the battery itself is just dead. So I'm going to leave this for a sec, let it charge up, put it back together and fully test. Here we have the Nintendo Switch, and as you can see, it's on and working. I've tested the Joy-Cons with it on both sides. They seem to be fine. I've tested it in the docking station. That worked. The game card slot reader wasn't working, and I didn't have one from the other Switch that was sent in, so I have informed the customer of that, as well as exactly the same story with the SD card reader. Neither of those were working. The SD card reader itself physically had a missing pin, as well as actually the fan wasn't working. It would turn for a second and then stop. So I've had to use the fan that was sent with the other Switch to fix this one. Again, a big shout out to Chris for sending this stuff over. Thank you very much. I'm glad I was able to at least fix one of them. Chris did also send over some Xboxes, so I may end up looking at those in a different video as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.